Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a tutorial for you today. It's an eye look that is very holiday appropriate, I think, and kind of a different twist on my holiday look that I showed you the other day. This one is, rather than just sort of the basic, cream colored shadow, this is kind of a goldeny look. So this is what I'm going to be showing you today. It's actually a gold look with a hint of red and brown to kind of warm it up a little even more, because gold is a very, it's a very warm tone on your eye, and it's just, I think you're going to enjoy it. It's a little bit different technique than I may use in a lot of my other videos. And by the way, if you're wondering, my lip color is Revlon Color Stay Sheer in Sheer Ruby. So it's kind of like, comes off as a little bit more of a matte red, but it's not too in your face for red. So anyway, I've gone ahead and I've also done my eyebrows and put on some eye primer. So we're going to start out with the shadow, and we're going to put a shade just all over our lid, and it's from the Starry Boutique Colors set. I think this one is called In the Club, but it doesn't have that on the package. It just says number 6. And so it's pretty identifiable on Cherry Culture's website under the Starry section, but we're going to use this really metallic gold shade, and we're going to just apply that all over our lid. And I mean, it's just really basic, but yet when you put it on, you're just kind of like, wow, it really does catch your eye. And we're kind of going to go ahead and, just for blending's sake, sort of blend it up into the crease area just a little bit, so other shades will overlap with it. That's kind of a good strategy with a lot of shadows, I find, to sort of put it beyond where you want it to be so it blends more seamlessly with your other shades. So I'm just going to pack on a little more color here. And there we go. There's our basis for the look, the gold. And then I'm actually going to take red, which I know it sounds a little bit odd to put on your eye, but this is from NYX. This is in Cherry. Make sure it doesn't wash it out here. It really is a true red. It's more red than my lips are, actually. And I'm just going to dip my blending brush in here. This is actually my Sephora professional brush, the rounded crease brush, number 13. I really like that for putting on some soft color in the crease. And I'm just barely getting any on my brush. And I'm just going to go over the crease area a little bit, and you can see that gold almost looking a little more orangey perhaps as I do this. Very nice and warm. And we may go back and sort of reapply on this a little bit, but now that I put it there, I'm also going to just take a small brush, my little Low Cornell brush, and also get a little more right down in here on the outer half of the lid. Okay. Now next, what we want to do is sort of give it a little bit deeper look in the crease, so we have a little more definition. I'm going to use my Too Faced shadow in Dirtbag, which is actually brown with gold flecks in it. And I'm going to take my small crease brush, which looks like this, use it a lot, and just get a little bit on your brush. And I'm just going to kind of focus it on the outer part of the crease here. Okay, so this is basically for the main part of the eye besides my highlight, just kind of it's a 3-color look that really isn't all that tricky. It just does require a light touch at times, which can be hard for some people to sort of wrap their head around that, but it's really not that bad. And then finally, just to kind of blend over it all, we're going to dip back into the red shade again, just to give it a little more pop. And we're just going to blend right over everything, crease and up. Okay. So that's what we're dealing with right now. And then we're going to go ahead and deal with what's up here. And for that, I'm going to switch and use a different brush than what I used to put it on my lid. That was my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, which really packs on the color. I want it to be a little more diffuse, so we're going to go back to that gold shade with more of a fluffy eyeshadow brush. And we're going to lightly just dust this just to continue the theme of the look all over that area there. Okay, and then just for an added highlight, I'm going to use, I know I'm just jumping around on the brands here, I'm going to use my Sally Girl Single in Champagne. It's just like a really pretty pearl shade, and I'm just going to do a little extra highlight right under the arch. Okay, so there's the shadow for this look, and then we're going to do some lining, but the liner is really kind of taking a back seat in this look. I'm not putting a lot of emphasis on it. I'm going to use my Revlon Line Fantasy in Chocolate, which I love the gold undertones in it on almost everything I'm using, because this, it won't pick it up on the camera, I'm sure, but there are some tiny, tiny little bits of gold in this, and I just think it pulls everything together really well. So I'm just going to look down into a little mirror here so you can better see how I'm doing this, because I'm just going to start at the halfway point, I guess you'd say, and staying very close to the lash line. And I'm actually, this is just a little brush that came with it. It's very fine, and I actually like this brush for a cream liner, so it's working. And just very slightly blend forward, but we're not going to go all the way in. Okay, we're just going to keep it, and this is not one of the darker brown liner shades that you could use here either, so keep that in mind if you want to duplicate this. We want to keep the liner soft, so that is why I chose to use a brown that I have that is not very deep. Okay, and then we're going to go on the underneath side, and for that we're just going to really mainly concentrate on connecting right there at the outer corner. Oops, I'm sorry, I think I went out of frame there on you. And we're going to go basically most of the way in. And as you can see, I'm just kind of like getting it like right in between my lashes. Really taking it easy on the liner. Okay, you can kind of see what we've done there. It's basically on the upper and lower lash line. We're really just trying to be subtle with it. I'm actually going to blend a little more of this cream into the corner to make sure I've got that connection here. Okay, so next, checking my time here, I'm going to grab my gold liner from Amuse. This is another thing that's available on cherryculture.com. It's the Ultra Fine Eyeliner in Metallic Gold. And I'm just going to kind of run it around the corner and right into the inner part here. Just a little bit. And that's kind of has that kind of old gold finish. And then I'm going to go back to my gold shade here in this little palette and grab my liner brush and just sort of go over it for a little added effect. We're going to go over this with a little more gold here. And sort of just whatever you have left, just kind of gently get it out toward the edge there. So finally we're going to do some mascara. And I hold for about 15 seconds or so, but for the sake of time we're just going to breeze through this. I'm using my Mary Kay Ultimate Mascara. And this really builds up in one coat. Lengthens, thickens, everything. If you haven't tried this mascara, I think you would really like it. Just for the simplicity of it all in terms of applying. And then I'm going to do one quick swipe, one or two, on the outer And there's the look. It's so easy, so fun for the holidays, and I hope you guys like it. Have a great day.